Hi there, this is Amanda Frankel with our Crafty Playdate, and today I'm going to make this card for you. Everybody needs birthday cards, and it is January, so do yourself a favor, make a bunch, stock up, put them in a box, and date them so that you know when you have to mail these out so that you can get people's birthday cards on time. Do as I say, not as I do. I'm horrible, and I'm usually a little bit behind, but my intentions are good, and I usually get them in the mail eventually. This is a new stamp set and grouping from our Occasions catalog. If you do not have this catalog yet, please contact me and I will get one out to you. We are using this Picture Perfect Party, which is hard to say fast and 3 times, stamp set today. And also we're using these papers. And these papers, it's very hard to tell, I think, in our catalogs what our papers look like, so I will be showing them to you. But we are going to be using this Celebrate the Good Stuff, and it's such a cute stamp set. You can add things on, you can add confetti for the Cue the Confetti. Where is it? Here it is. I love that. That's so cute. And these 2 parts look funky, but we're going to use them today, and you'll see they actually make a bow, so you're going to love that. Okay, let me show you what we're going to do here. First, I'll show you this Kulo paper. That's this paper here. It is a photograph on one side of the paper, but on the other side, it is patterned. Okay, so this is a piece we're going to actually use today. But look at these. So if you are a scrapbooker, these papers are made for you. They're so cute. Look at that with the candles. And then the back's just patterned. Confetti, noisemakers. Okay, got some ideas flowing in your brain here. All right. Oh, now we're into the fruit. Okay. Different pack of paper. All right, so anyway, this is not fruit, this is birthdays. So I want to show you a couple of tricks today. I'm going to show you how to cut this 6x6 piece of paper into a bunch of these little segments without having a whole lot left over. And I want to do that because I want you to go ahead and make your birthday cards now and put them aside. This is raspberry. No, it's not. It's Berry Burst. There we go. It's Berry Burst and Whisper White, and I will list all the product numbers down below so that you can absolutely get some ideas of things you want to collect for your birthday or for your birthday card extravaganza. But this ribbon is dyed perfectly to match, and then it has a silver sparkly rim to it. It's just so cute. But let's do this first. Okay, so this piece of paper that we are going to use here is 4 3/4 by 1 1/4. Oh, perfect. I think I probably planned that out. What do you think? Absolutely did. Okay, so let me show you what I'm talking about here. So this is our trimmer, and the first piece that we want, we said it's 4 3/4 by 1 1/4. Well, this is 6x6, so if I cut this piece off, it is going to be 1 1/4. How perfect is that? So that's already 1 1/4. I'm going to set it aside for now, and I'm going to rotate this paper, so don't let it freak you out. It's still 6, but it's now 4 3/4 wide. And this trimmer goes to outside of the trim line here. It goes to 1 1/4, so I can just slide that to 1 1/4, cut, slide it again to 1 1/4. I'm just lining it right up with that gray line, really. 1 1/4, 1 1/4. Okay, so there's that. And now remember this is not going to go to waste, guys. Don't worry about that. I'm absolutely going to be able to use that. This is our 6 by 1 1/4 already, so we're just going to trim that down to 4 3/4. That's trimming off 1 1/4 off here. And now we've got all these parts that we can use. So I can make 5, right? 5 birthday cards out of this one piece of paper. Okay, and in addition to having all 5 of these, I have this extra bonus piece, which I definitely will be able to use. All right, setting those aside for now. Now that you saw how I did that, I'm going to bring this back in. Okay, so I wanted, a general panel would just be 1/4 of an inch smaller, but I wanted a bigger frame around this. I wanted more pink to show around this to really set off the bow and the ribbon. So the 2 sizes of white that I used are different. There's one size that would be your standard panel size, and that's on the inside. First, let me just fold my base. And that's going to go on my inside here. And then this is the smaller piece that's going to go on my outside. And I will list the measurements here so that you know what I'm talking about. But this is this here. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp the Celebrate the Good Stuff first, because if I hate the way I stamp it, I can always just flip it over. And I'm also going to stick my mat in here. This is a Stamp and Pierce mat. And the reason that we use these is because when we're using photopolymer stamps, sometimes they don't have any cushion here, right? They don't have any cushion between the stamp itself and the plastic, so it doesn't have any give, really. So that really does help. It's unlike the other things. You really don't need to do it the other things. And this Berry Burst ink that we're going to be using is very, very saturated color. So before I use my, and I've used it a lot, you can see there's a little bit of stain to it, but not very much. Before I use my stamp, it's a clean stamp right now. It came just now out of my case. I'm going to go ahead and put some Versamark on it, and the Versamark is going to keep it from really absorbing the Berry Burst too much so that it will stain a little less. And it's not a big deal if it stains. If it stains, don't worry about it. You're still going to be able to use it. Ooh, I got all kinds of stuff there on my edges. I'm going to wipe that off. If you don't wipe this, if I just took the time to not wipe that off, let me just tell you what would happen. I'd get it everywhere. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and stamp this Celebrate the Good Stuff up here. I'm going to count to 3, or as we sometimes say it, Stampin' Up, Bonnie is great, Bonnie is great, Bonnie is great. And it'll pop off. Good. And now I'm going to go ahead and add my other part. You know, not loving that one. We're gonna do that one more time. I don't have to Versamark again because I already did that. And it's good until I actually clean it. All right, we're going to do it again. Bonnie is great. Bonnie is great. Bonnie is great. Oh, so much better. So glad I did that again. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and glue this on here, right about here. That works for me. So I'm going to list, as I said, the sizes in there, but this goes all the way to the edge, and we know that it's 4 3/4. So at least we know that measurement. 4 3/4 by 1 1/4. Okay, we knew that one. It's this one we don't know. Hold on one second here. Let me focus. Let me focus for a change. There we go. Okay, so that is on there. And I'm going to go ahead and do my ribbon now. So in order to do my ribbon, I am going to, oh, I hear thundering hooves, so somebody's home.
Sorry, I'm only thundering because my legs are so
Oh, he's coming in now. It's just my son. Hello, everybody. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and tape this on here on the back and wrap it, fold it, and I don't cut that off, generally speaking, until I have tape on my finger and then can't do it. There we go. Until I get it on there, and then I don't waste anything. Okay, here is a trick for tying a flat knot. There is a video for this also on my website that has a really up-close view of it, so you'll be able to see. But for me, what I do is I come in from the top like that, and I fold this over gently over my hand. See, I haven't twisted it. I've just folded it over. And now I'm going to lay this across my finger, and now it looks like a ribbon of courage. See that? Once it's a ribbon of courage, I'm just going to fold that piece under through there. Got it? And if you pull slowly, you can really leave that as a flat knot. And you want it to be kind of flat, just so that it ships well. Okay, and then I'm going to cut this better because I had that crazy tape hand thing going on. Amanda Tape Hand. Coming soon to a theater near you. Okay, there we go. The best thing about doing it this way, rather than wrapping it all the way around, well, besides the fact that I saved a whole bunch of ribbon, all this ribbon here is now probably this much. I can slide this where I want it to be, and I want it to be over here because I'm going to put my little bow here. All right, so the bow, now I'm going to be stamping on this circle, and these circles I cut from my Stitch Shapes framelits. It comes in a set of 12, and you get 4 of each of these shapes. You get the squares, the ovals, and the circles. I'm going to Versamark both parts of my bow here. Here we go. 1 and 2. All right, so here's the tricky stuff with the bow. I'm going to stamp in my circle. I'm going to do my big bow first. Okay, so here's the big bow, the whole thing. And then see the darker areas in there? That just makes it look more 3D. That's a separate stamp. So we're going to have to line that up. Okay, so I've already Versamarked it. I'm going to ink up this stamp with Berry Burst again. I'm going to stamp off. And now I'm going to stamp in here. Okay, now the reason that I stamped off is I want the major part of the bow to be a little lighter than the innards, because then it actually looks like shadow in there. See that? Okay, so now I'm going to ink up this part and I'm going to line this up. And you kind of have to look. I use this line and this line to kind of find my first parts and then rotate it if I need to. But that looks pretty good, and I'm just going to 1, 2, 3 lift. And there you go. And it looks pretty 3D. Doesn't that make it look 3D? I love it. I love that. Okay. So now trick here is I'm going to use dimensionals, and I'm going to use 2 on here, and I'm going to use 1 at the top and 1 at the bottom. I'm going to straddle this ribbon. If I do it right on this ribbon, it kind of teeters. It kind of will teeter a little, and I don't want it to. So above and beyond and below, above and beyond. There we go. It's going to go like that. This is going to be glued right in the middle. Actually, you know what? I have it up on dimensionals. So let's just flip this over and add some dimensionals. Oh, look at that. I bet none of your cards ever have a pretty back like that, right? You've never made that kind of mistake. The best thing about solid paper, 2 beautiful sides to play with. And we picked our favorite. Okay, so I'm going to take all these off, all these papers off, and just toss them around like this, like I do at home. Oh yeah, I am at home. All right, so it is Celebration right now. So if you are interested in placing an order, you do get to pick something free from the Celebration catalog. And my next video for you is actually going to be a Celebration item. So you can even get that stamp set for free. Okay, I'm going to glue this on the inside. This is the bigger size. Can you see how little glue I have on there? Really very little. That's okay. This is super sticky glue, and it's going to do just fine. And it gives me the opportunity to slide things around a little bit. There we go. It's inside. There's the outside, and I've got my Celebrate the Good Stuff card. Thank you so much for stopping by. Again, I'm Amanda Frankel with Our Crafty Playdate, and if you do not have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would love to be yours. I will send you one of these catalogs, and we can talk about how to make that work for you. Or if you just see everything you want in the catalog, I would love to have you join my team. So be sure to give me a shout, and we will definitely talk together. Thanks so much for stopping by. Have a great day.